If Warner Brothers accepts our proposal, we would like to suggest that Warner Brothers hires more young applicants to try to attract the younger crowd. We believe that this will work because having someone provide services who are just as young as the guest will create a more relatable experience between the worker and the guest. This in turn will leave an imprint on your lodge that is willing to bring in the more contemporary audiences by hiring some of them to work for you. The improvements on technology on the last decade or so is exponential and has the potential to improve just as rapidly for the foreseeable future. Because of this, we are suggesting that Warner Brothers Lodge take up a more tech-friendly appeal to it. A large majority of people between the ages of 20 to 30 have their own cell phones. The ratio only favors those with cell phones to the younger age categories until you get to the children. With an almost 100% rate of children owning their own cell phones, this is easy to take advantage as a business for Warner Brothers, as the requirements to do so are minimal. A great idea to integrate technology into your hotel is to make everything digital. Installing more power sockets in each hotel room and all of the other rooms and lobbies will further your integration of technology. Having better Wi-Fi is also extremely important as well when considering this plan. Most hotels are known to have absolutely awful internet connectivity everywhere in the hotel. A prime example of this is the Stellenbosch Protea Hotel in Africa, which has decided to go with fiber optic internet connection. Fiber optic internet connection are strands of pure glass that are as wide as human hair. Since our main push in this proposal is for Warner Brothers Lodge to take up a more tech-friendly appearance to the public, we would like to also suggest that Warner Brothers create convenience like never before. Provide your guests with the latest movies, live sports games, and many more means of entertainment. We could even go with the idea that the JW Marriott has taken up, which is to use material goods like iPads to give the guests the freedom to check in wherever, whenever on their own devices. The utilization of iPads don't have to stop at just making checking into a hotel room convenient. They can even provide easy access to everything in the guest room's hotel. The guests can be given a digital key that will unlock permissions to allow them to digitally access the things they like. These include TV, bed, bath, and etc. This level of convenience will certainly draw in the younger crowds and huge profits to be made. Hotels in general have a fairly decent check-in time, but why go for average when you can be a cut above the rest? For Warner Brothers, we have devised a check-in process that will be the fastest method to ever hit the hotel market. We are suggesting that Warner Brothers Lodge should send their guests to be a sheet of specialized paper for the guests to put their fingerprint on and send back to Warner Brothers Lodge. This fingerprint will be saved in the records for the guests' stay at the hotel and will be the guest's ticket for getting through check-in. The guests will simply walk by the front door, press a padded button with their finger, and the data for the guests' stay at the hotel will come up. This will be much quicker than having to keep reservation numbers or receipts since your ticket is in the system. Since the younger crowds like timeliness and efficiency, I can't see how this will fail for Warner Brothers. Using this method will also cut down on thefts and hijackings of hotel room cards, since everything will have digital access or accessible through biological fingerprints. There are countless stories of hotel guests having the feeling that they just got ripped off on their hotel bill with hidden fees. These hidden fees range from internet access to leisure facilities. These hidden costs are unacceptable for customers to endure. So we are suggesting to Warner Brothers that your lodge will provide all costs that the guests will be charged for up front. This will prevent any sort of confusion and leave any possibility for the sleazy hotel scams out of the picture. With this honest reputation with the public, Warner Brothers Lodge will certainly see a great influx of new guests from their outstanding public image, which is possible through being totally transparent about all costs to the guests as they arrive. This can be provided either digitally as a PDF for the guests to look over at their own leisure or as a pamphlet. Having both methods will cater to all kinds of guests at the Warner Brothers Lodge. You should also have adjustable prices to complement this change in your business approach. Having adjustable prices will provide the guests with complete control over how their experience will be like in the lodge, and will certainly bring an appreciation from the guests towards Warner Brothers for this flexibility, which is also treasured amongst the younger audiences.
To attract the younger crowd to your lodge, you must first think like the younger crowd. Most, if not all, young people appreciate new and refreshing designs when they go to hotels. We have come up with some basic suggestions to kickstart your redesigning for your lodge to make it more visually pleasing to this plethora of young people. Utilizing the wonders of the internet, we found fantastic designs for various rooms or things like pools, concert halls, lobbies, and bedrooms. Incorporating some of these ideas will only benefit you in your refurbishing, as taking the step to being more accommodating visually will bring in the more homey feel to your lodge. Since you are hoping to really capitalize on the vast amount of local partygoers in the downtown area, we have come up with ideas to try to attract the specific audience with highest priorities. A quick and easy method to use would be to use themes in your lodge that would draw the right crowd. Since you mostly want the partygoers, a Hollywood theme would match very well. We have noticed that you are currently undergoing a costly legal dispute with Warner Brothers Studios. As people who have handled similar situations, we feel that we are qualified enough to provide you with insight regarding this issue. We suggest that you change your name slightly to avoid any further legal problems with Warner Brothers and to save your money for more practical investments. For your name, we have come up with a great alternative that will not be too far from your original name, Wammer Family. To prevent any chances of legal disputes with Hollywood, we also came up with a name for the theme mentioned earlier, Hollywood. Even though your main focus is the rambunctious party people, we understand that you don't want to completely alienate your former target audiences. So, to compensate for these changes, we also suggest that Warner Brothers Lodge incorporate soundproofed walls to isolate the loud private parties to their own rooms. This will allow families or the older crowds to still enjoy the activities offered by you without them being interrupted by loud club music. With wild parties come heavily drunk people who have had a great time at a party but had enough for the day. Just letting these people loose and on their own would be both risky and a negative image that Warner Brothers Lodge doesn't need. So, to remove this unnecessary risk, we are proposing that a roundabout is added to the lodge so that taxis can come around and pick up the drunk partiers and drop them off at their home destination. This will lessen up on the local disturbances related to drunks on the streets. If they can't make it to the roundabout, you can provide them a room in a hotel for red-eye rates. Me and my partner have plenty of expertise with this situation from our past experiences with similar companies. Alexander provided ideas to help a business take the first step into using rundown buildings as cost-effective and successful hotels across New Mexico. I gave another business advice to convince them to purchase and repurpose abandoned buildings into multi-purpose businesses in local neighborhoods, which is currently thriving all across Albar Creekway. Together, our skill sets will prove to be above and beyond what you require of this project. To calculate the costs of all of these refurbishments to your hotel, we will be assuming that you will be taking up our suggestions and pursuing the changes. From the ideas that we have explained earlier, your hotel will be revived back to its former 4-star rating, along with the label of your hotel being an upscale hotel. Since most of the costs will involve electricians running wires throughout your building to make total digital control possible, a lot of the costs will be focused on this. This will be the basic outline of the cost and certainly doesn't cover every single cost, but to save time, it has been abbreviated to show the most significant costs. The average upscale hotel has 304 guest rooms, with a cost per room to undergo infrastructure changes coming up to $1,317 per room. This will total out to be $400,368. Next will be the costs for the recreational facilities. Assuming that you only get one pool, one concert hall, and perhaps one workout area, all with the same flat rate of $120,300, this will total out at $360,900. With these two separate bills, you will have to invest approximately $761,268. This price tag may seem intimidating, but this will only heavily hurt you in the short term. In the long term, with your hotel gaining popularity amongst the locals and those located out of state, your profits will swell up very fast, very soon. The benefits to be reaped from these innovations in your hotel will affect both your guests and your employees, including the new batch of employees that you will be hiring very soon. We are looking forward to our collaboration with you Warner Brothers on this project.